Hello, my name is Justin Ruiz, and I'm going to be presenting my code for Project 1, the Food Festival Order. So, as you can see here, used modules. Most of these modules are just print statements, so I don't have to physically keep typing, but I am going to still go over them and everything, and also the loops and the if statements I decided to use and the variables. So as you can see here, the first module is just basically to ask the user if they like to order something and a reply for yes or no. This module is actually the most interesting one because I'm prompting the user for a name and actually waiting for the next line the user uses and then returning a name. As for these functions, same thing. Basically, they're just print statements. Now, if we go to the main, I open the scanner to get user input. And these are just basically all the variables I'm gonna need for the project. As you can see, I have a string and I want the string to return NA if the user does not put an input for those specific categories. Also integers so I can read their input. More strings for the same purpose, and a boolean. The boolean is gonna come in handy for the name portion of this code project. All right, so we start off, we welcome the user, and then I have the code go through a do while loop. Now, in this do while loop, the reason I chose a do while loop is because I want to keep prompting the user yes or no if they'd like to order. So I have here if the user answers yes or no, then answered is true, and then based off their answer, we'll go through the if else statement. So if, for example, the user was to say no, we could go the program go all the way down and use this else if statement and just tell them thank you for stopping by. Maybe next time you'll sample our menu. But for now, let's pretend he said yes. Now with that being said, now the user will be put into a series of do while loops. And the first while loop we're going to run into is the user's name. Now, I do call a method in this portion to ask for the user's name, and then the boolean I use again so that we could break the loop. And as you can see here, we go into another huge do while loop, and then we ask the user, hey, you know, which menu you like to choose, and based on that, it'll go trigger to this do while loop, and the customer or user can actually choose based on that. So I'm going to run the program real quick just to give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. So we ask the user, hey, would you like to order? If I was to type maybe, the user would be prompted again. If I was to just type gibberish, prompt again. So I do want the user to have freedom in how they type it. So we do have it to ignore the case. And then we have a name. I'll just put Justin, my name. And then we just store an order. One for an appetizer. We get to put into the appetizer menu. And today I want chicken tenders. Why not? And I would like it with some honey mustard. Right? And then we get prompt again after our selection. But I don't want anything. So there we are. And I don't want another appetizer. Now we go to right back to the original menus with the categories. I hit 2, and now we have our menu options. What are we gonna have for our main course? I'd say I'll take a ribeye, and I'll like it with a side of cornbread. Nothing more, right? And then we're gonna get a dessert, and I'll take my favorite, the New York cheesecake. All right, and then hit nothing. And as you can see, we get right back to the menu, and I want nothing more, and we get our order back right here. Now, admittedly since I wasn't able to properly store more than one appetizer, menu choice, and stuff like that. I was thinking about putting in an array, but I kind of struggled on that part. So as you can see here with the if statements, the series of do while loops. The only thing is I didn't store multiple options. So if the user was to ever choose a different option on their second go around, it'll just overwrite the previous one. And that's pretty much it.